Welcome back, guys, to Trails Through Daybreak 2, where last episode we swept Aramis Academy after school and then headed out around the Auber district, finding a request and a 4 SPG to complete as we now start with the former.
Alright then, what are your troubles?
Welcome, can I help you find something? Sorry to bother you in the middle of work, it's just that Agnes explained the note they found in the suggestion box. Oh, so that's why you're here. Kids are already so busy, I'd hate to pile more on your plate, but not at all. It comes with the territory. Anyway, you mentioned you were worried about sales, right? Yes, our after-school sale numbers have been on the decline recently. Not all of a sudden either, but gradually, day after day and week after week. On top of that, the items we've seen fewer sales on in particular are sports drinks and nutritional supplements. I see, so there's a decrease in specific products being sold. I haven't changed up our selection any, so I don't really think there's a problem with the store itself. It's just, in the note you said you might have some idea about why this is happening. Yeah, you see, we actually have a few regulars that tend to come by after school. I guess you could say they contributed to a pretty big portion of our sales, but they've stopped coming in lately. So who are these regulars of yours? The basketball club. They come by all the time before practice, sometimes even during. I've heard our teams are good enough to make nationals because of how rigorous they are with their training. Considering what you stock, it makes sense that they be your most common customers. Basketball, eh? It was pretty fun when we played during gym this afternoon. I like how you have to stay coordinated with your teammates while also keeping toe-to-toe with the opposition. Bet you just won. Yeah, you look so cool, S. Yeah. Anyway, I think we're getting a little off topic here. You gave us some details about the situation, but I'm still not sure what you wanted to do about it. Do you want us to look into what's going on with the basketball club, or are you just interested in improving your sales? Naturally, sales are what I'm most concerned with. It's just that I'm also worried about the club too. That's part of why I put that note in the suggestion box, since it involves some of Aramis's students. Sorry, I didn't mean to make it sound like I was coming down on you. We just want to make sure we fully understand our client's request. Client? You sound so professional. Oh, well, you know, they used to do stuff like this all the time at their old school because they're exchange students. What she said. Anyway, we're taking this case, right? Sure thing. For 1 SP, it doesn't seem worth it, but that just means there most likely definitely is stuff this time to answer. Considering this sounds like something the student council would want to investigate anyway, we'll go ahead and take your case. It could just be a coincidence. Maybe they don't like the stuff they sell here anymore. Well, even if they're totally fine, it would be a huge weight off my shoulders to know for sure. I hate to ask students to handle something like this, but anything you could find out would be greatly appreciated. Of course, we're happy to be of help. Let's start by talking to Sasha. She's the captain of the girls' basketball team. I'm sure she won't mind sharing some info with us. She's likely either in the courtyard or the auditorium. Oh, I didn't realize the club had separate teams for boys and girls. Makes sense, though. We're learning all kinds of things today. Okay, time to jump back into the Aramis Expedition Squad. Arkride Solutions Edition After School Chapter.
Time to start working.
Sure. What all of that was. In the auditorium, you say. We saw her, she was over here. I didn't even have to look at the map. It's you.
One sec.
Oh, everything's been pretty normal on our end. We're just having practice today like we always do. I mean, we did slack off a little bit after the Winter Nationals, but that's about the only issue I can think of. Right now, though, everyone's pumped up for our next big tournament. Oh, there's that fighting spirit I've heard so much about. I've heard that Aramis has a strong basketball club. You guys must do some pretty harsh training. Hey, you could say that, but it's not all about how much you practice. Fostering good relationships is our major key to success, and not just with the players, but with managers too. For example, the manager for the first year girls is really diligent and thoughtful. She's always the last to leave after practice because she wants to make sure everything gets put away neatly. Having someone like that around really helps encourage the spirit of teamwork. Totally get where she's coming from. Some people may work fast, but they can be super sloppy about it.
You're one to talk.
Sounds like you know your team inside and out. Well, when you're a captain, part of your role is to look out for everyone. I'm sure I've talked your ears off about the team for long enough, though. Getting back to your question, I think I'd be more worried about the boys' team. They've been practicing as usual, but for whatever reason, they just seem kind of down. They used to get so fired up about everything. Honestly, it was almost obnoxious, but they've been oddly quiet by comparison lately. I was actually considering bringing it up to their captain. I see, so something's going on with the boys' team. I should probably be the one to go see what's up, but if you guys are already looking into it, would you mind checking in on them for me? Of course, we don't mind at all. I think I saw the boys were over in the courtyard. Let's go see what they have to say. Uniforms camouflaging with this door. I was like distracted by it the whole scene going, man. They really like that colour. I mean, it makes sense if it's the school colour and all, but...
Right, you're the captain, are you?
Do you have a moment?
Should have known Sasha would figure out something's up. So you guys really are having trouble. It's hard to put it into words, but it's like we're running into all kinds of issues lately. Like having to fill our basketballs with air right before practice because they'd all gone flat. And sometimes we'll find ourselves missing stuff like jerseys or tape right when we need them. So you're being sabotaged then. Maybe you've got a poltergeist. Honestly, a poltergeist would be less trouble at this point. Everyone's been getting pretty frustrated because of how these issues keep messing with the tempo of our training. Some members are even starting to suspect one another of trying to drag us all down. It's strange that none of this has been happening to the girls' team. Why do you guys keep all your spare basketballs and stuff? In the boys' basketball locker room on the first floor of the clubhouse, the manager maintains it all for us, which makes them the prime suspect. Let's go ask them to see if they know anything. They might be able to give us a new lead. So, nothing's going on with the girls' team. It's all happening to the boys' team.
Nice shot!
It's one of the girls, isn't it?
1 sec.
I see. Can't say I blame you for wanting to talk to me about it. You haven't been playing pranks on the team, have you? Could you be any more blunt? Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if some of our players suspected the same thing. Only the manager and the advisor are given keys to the clubhouse. Nobody else should be able to get in. But I swear I haven't been pulling pranks on anybody. I think that's enough, Nadia. Stop staring at him like that. But if that's the case, then it's likely the culprit is a member of the basketball club. Hey, manager, can I get some spare bandages? Sure, got them right here for you. Thanks. Try not to push yourself out there, okay? If you don't loosen up every now and then, you'll wear yourself out before you even get to an actual match. You're right, I'm just trying to make sure I'm ready before the tournament is all. Especially after I managed to climb all the way up to first string. Oh, there's that fighting spirit I've heard so much about. Part 2. But it's hard to train as much as I want when we've got somebody messing with us all the time. I don't want to miss the chance to show my girlfriend how much I've improved at this next tournament. Girlfriend? Ah, the springtime of youth. Knock it off, Nadia. It's only natural that you want to make a good impression on someone so important to you. She's a really thoughtful person and she's always been supportive of me. This is the best way I know to thank her. Yeah, believe me, I know how passionate you are about this. Anyway, if you need anything else, just let me know, okay? You got it. Talk to you later. What? Something wrong with his shoes or socks? What are you guys looking at? We'll continue our investigation and let you know what we find. Actually, considering Miss Sonia also has a key to this room, maybe we should go talk to her. Sounds good to me. Thanks for all your help so far. What was down here? What was I looking at? Wind it back. She's in the faculty room, right? He had ankle socks. That's all I remember. It's like... Damn, I went too many flights. Beep, beep.
Do you have a moment?
The basketball club? Well, yes, I do have a key to their locker rooms. I'm the advisor to all the sports clubs on campus. Do you ever loan the key out for any reason? Maybe with a record of who checks it out? Only very rarely, since we don't want to risk anyone stealing stuff. We're pretty strict on the managers about that kind of thing as well. However, the keys do open both the boys' and girls' locker rooms. That way it's a little easier for everyone to get supplies if they need them. So they're like master keys. Sounds like it'd be pretty bad if one of them went missing. This is the first we've heard of it. That means the managers for both teams have access to the boys' and girls' locker rooms, right? Now, it's possible someone on the girls' team could be the culprit. What do you mean by culprit? Well, we were just playing a little riddle game we made up, that's all. We had to get a hint from you in order to solve the case. Okay. Really? That sounds like fun. Sure is lovely to see you kids getting along so well. Wow, that easy? Well, we better get back to it. Thanks for all your help.
Nice lying there, Agnes. Goody two-shoes.
Hey, Aggie. Lying to a teacher without batting an eye, no less. I guess you got a naughty streak in you after all.
Maybe it's Van's influence. He's been putting ideas in your head, hasn't he? Not that lying can't be beneficial from time to time.
Well, I can't say I haven't learned a thing or two from him. But more importantly, I didn't want this issue to get blown out of proportion just yet. Don't worry, I get ya. Well, anyway, let's go back over everything we've learned so far. The problem is that the boys' basketball team can't practice effectively right now due to issues with their supplies. And although we initially thought it had to be someone on the boys' team causing this, with what Miss Sonia just told us, we now know that the keys held by the managers can open both the boys' and girls' locker rooms. Which means the members of the girls' team are also suspects now. At the moment, however, we still don't have any motives. So who would want to interfere with the boys' practice? Who and why? Actually, what if we changed our perspective a little? Instead of thinking over a list of suspects, we should try and narrow down the reason behind the culprit's actions. Try and infer their goal, eh? Well, let's think about what the benefit would be for doing this in the first place. I think there might be something we're forgetting. You picked up on it too. Right, that gung-ho first year we ran into earlier seemed to be favoring one leg over the other.
Okay. That was what we were looking at, not the ankle socks, okay? I didn't know from that there was I didn't see a limp animation.
He was trying to keep anyone from noticing, but I bet anything that he injured himself. Well, of course the assassins would notice. Yeah, it didn't seem like he told anyone about it either. Although I'm pretty sure the manager has him figured out already.
Definitely limped? Oh, wow, I missed that entirely.
I can't blame him. I was looking at the ankles. I can't blame him. He seems so happy to be chosen for first string after all. And there was that part about him wanting to show off what he'd achieved to his girlfriend. Yeah, I think we should use him as our jumping off point for the time being. If it has something to do with the first year's injury, whoever was interfering with their practice was doing so because he was jealous of his healthy teammates. He couldn't practice because of his injury. Someone else didn't want him to practice. So, considering if everything is around this guy, and he's our jumping off point, the facts we know about the guy is he just got first string. Why would he be jealous of his healthy teammates? He's literally just jumped into first string. He could wait. Why would he try to sabotage his teammates because he couldn't practice because of his injury? And then there's the other angle. Literally the facts we know about him is he's just reached first string and he has a girlfriend. Whoop-de-doo. This is literally all we've been told of him. So we have to jump off of that tiny bit of information. So could this be a protective act? Is his girlfriend the manager of the girls' basketball team? Therefore has a key to the boys' basketball team and is trying to make sure that he can't practice because he's injured. I think there might be someone else that wants to prevent him from practicing. If that's the case, why not just let him rest for a while? Why ruin it for everyone else? Maybe they tried to get him to rest, but he wouldn't listen? Yeah, he definitely wasn't listening at all. He seemed like a pretty determined guy after all. Whatever the case may be, I think it's most likely that whoever's behind this is someone that wants him to recover from his injury. Considering what we know, the prime suspect would have to be his girlfriend, the manager of the boys' basketball team, another player on the boys' basketball team. Well, if you put the manager of the girls' basketball team, that would have lined up better with what I said. But it is just his girlfriend. But how did his girlfriend get the key? His girlfriend obviously didn't get the key from the guys' basketball team. Is his girlfriend on the girls' basketball team? We didn't have that information, so of course we'd have to find out afterwards. but it has to be in a position to get the key as well. I think it might be his girlfriend.
The 2 facts we know about the guy.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, any girl would be worried if their boyfriend was hurt. Especially since he's been working extra hard just to thank her. Right, I bet she feels guilty because he's pushing himself so hard. If she's as diligent and thoughtful as he said she is, I'm sure she's been thinking pretty hard on it. Diligent and thoughtful? Doesn't that mean the manager for the first year girls is his girlfriend?
Thank you.
Ah, she is. It's all still speculation at this point, but I think she would be the most likely suspect. I guess being a manager would give her access to the boys' locker room too. And when I think back on what Sasha said earlier, for example, the manager for the first year girls is really diligent and thoughtful. She's always the last to leave after practice because she wants to make sure everything gets put away neatly.
So, opportunity.
Yep, she's definitely had the opportunity to mess with the boys' supplies too. And all without hurting the girls' team. Would she really go that far for her boyfriend though? If someone found out, it would just make things worse for him.
Worse for her.
Oh, Wes, you clearly don't know the impact love can have on a young maiden. Come on, is this about love or morals? I agree with you, Swin. However, we could be here all day just theorizing. I think the next step is to confront her directly and see what she has to say. Right, the only way we'll get to the truth is by asking her. Hopefully she'll open up to us. The managers should be over in the girls' locker room, so let's head over now.
Give me my SP. Logically deduced. I'd say that if it wasn't just 2 things.
Sorry, I'll have to pass. I've got practice after this.
Yeah, I didn't see him limp at the animation at all. Missed that entirely.
Is this upstairs, is it? Sorry, but do you mind if we speak with you for a minute? Sure. What can I help you with? Anya sat down and calmly explained everything that they'd learned of the situation, as well as their suspicions. Which brings us here. Everything you've said is true. I won't try to make excuses for it. Oh, that was easy. I had already told myself that I'd admit what I'd done if anyone ever found out. I'm sorry, I really am. Could you maybe tell us a bit more about why you did all this? My boyfriend... The boy you met and I started dating not long after he joined the basketball club. To be honest, he wasn't all that good at the start, but he would practice every chance he could get, even on his days off. It's been about a year now and he was finally taken off the benches. Yeah, he seemed pretty fired up about it. But he'd been overdoing it lately and ended up hurting his leg. He's been hiding it from everyone so that he can keep practicing. Every time I tried getting him to take it easy, he told me to stop worrying. I can tell you really care for him, especially since you've been supporting him all this time. Yeah, that's why I thought maybe I could make it so that he couldn't practice anymore. That maybe if I was able to slow him down just a little bit. At least until the tournament ended. Thank you for being honest with us. I think we have a pretty good picture of the situation now. However, I'm afraid we can't allow you to continue interfering with the boys' basketball team. That being said, I really do want to respect her feelings. What would Van do if he were in my shoes? Be honest or keep it a secret? I want to say be honest. I mean, it would cause such an uproar. Hand her over to Marduk. What the hell? Like, I'm edging towards keep it a secret just because I haven't got, like, grey to 4 yet, and keep it a secret is grey, right? I mean, honestly, I'd say be honest, but for gameplay reasons, keep it a secret. But equally, like, it's one of those things, isn't it? She was doing the thing, it's been disrupting them, she's not going to do it anymore. She needs to have an honest talk with her boyfriend. At the very least. But she'd like be kicked out of the management. She'd be kicked out of this stuff altogether. That might affect... But now let's keep this between us. Why don't we go and talk to the manager of the boys' team instead? But we'd have to tell him everything, right? What if he gets mad at me? I know this is going to sound harsh, but I think you're just going to have to deal with it. You're right. I'm sorry. I think his manager will handle it just fine. Seems like he's pretty good at taking care of his players. Yeah, but you really think it's okay for me to keep this from my boyfriend? I feel so guilty about it all. I get how you feel. But sometimes being honest isn't for the best. The important thing is to keep him from furthering his injury. Honestly, I think telling him the truth might distract him from practice. I know you must have spent plenty of time thinking this over. You made a choice that you believed would be in his best interest, right? You care about him a lot, so it's okay to wait until there's a better time to tell him. Now that someone else knows, it feels like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. Not being able to tell anyone, it made it all really hard. Thanks for stepping in. After that, Agnes and the others went to the manager of the boys' basketball team and explained the situation. The girl was open and upfront with him about the situation, and Agnes, Swin and Nadia did what they could to support her from the sidelines. He calmly accepted her admission and told her that he'd take personal responsibility for her boyfriend's care. So in the end, you dobbed him in. Phew, one more case in the bag. I sure wasn't expecting something like that to be the reason the store's numbers were struggling. Well, at least our client sounded relieved. Yeah, we did find a solution to his problem after all. I'm impressed though, Aggie. You've gotten pretty good at these Aramis 4 SPGs. 4 SPGs, huh? Honestly, I think this is the first time I've ever had to deal with a case like this. I just hope that manager isn't being too hard on herself right now. Even if it doesn't excuse what she did, she really was acting out of love for her boyfriend. I guess I shouldn't let my personal feelings get in the way of things though. I think you're fine. Everyone's got their own methods, right? I'm sure Van taught you that much. Yeah, you're right. I don't know why, but I think I'm starting to miss him a little. Just a tiny bit, though. Okay then, let's get back to our aimless wandering. What's next on the docket? Tea, maybe? In case you forgot, we still have more work to do.
Request completed.
Reward deposited.
Our Slump In Sales is dealt with, just so I could get Grey++ and hopefully reach 4. Yeah. It's okay, guys. We're neutral now. Toa would be proud. Thanks again for taking up the investigation. Sounds like the situation with the basketball club wasn't quite as bad as I feared. I'm definitely looking forward to having them around again. I want to know how it shook out over here, to be honest with you.
I'm glad I talked to the boys' manager. You know, it was actually kind of nice to get it off my chest. I should probably tell Sasha what happened too, just to make sure I take responsibility for everything. Maybe. But maybe just saying you're injured, you can't play would be the right move in the first place. Thanks to you guys, I've got a much better idea of what's been going on with my team. I promise I'll keep what we talked about in mind. But anyway, first things first, we need to attend to that kid's injuries, and once that's dealt with, we can work on getting our morale back. Glad it can be brushed off that easily. But yeah, that must have been very disruptive for the practicing as a whole. But I guess it's dealt with now, and they can get back on track. The manager doesn't think it's that bad. So we'll leave it as is. I don't know. I think being honest and fessing up would be the right thing. I think that she should fess up to her boyfriend straight away, even though this is dealt with behind the scenes, if you know, between managers and all that. Realignment level 4.
See you tomorrow.
Keeping something like that from your other half is something that could break things, especially when they're young like that. But anyway, I guess we've already done the sweep. We've done that quest. Now we go into the sewers and do a bit of bashing. I said to be honest. Well, yeah, you know, like part of the reason why I said what I said was to get grey level 4. I wasn't picking many grey choices, was I?
Yeah. best, everyone. You've got a turret attack available. Be a cakewalk. One skill coming right up. Keep it up. Understood. Oh, by the heavens.
Could it, being honest, get kicked out of school? Yeah, it could have like wide-reaching ramifications. At the very least, it would make her lose her position as the manager, and then
I'll take it from here. You're down. You're exposed.
not necessarily saying that's a bad thing, I guess.
Activating skill.
There. Let's finish this now. Fine. Oh, by the heavens. Here.
Do the crime, do the time, and all that. Look at these school kids in the sewers.
This cutie has safe now.
My uniform's gonna be all smelly. I'll grab a U material there. We know there's a fair few corridors to get through.
Best, everyone.
Charge attack available.
No. You died?
I can live with this.
You weren't supposed to die that fast.
This cutie has booty.
I think everyone's dead.
There. If you could. Fine. Oh, by the heavens.
In a posh school like that, the punishment could have been quite bad, yeah.
Should be safe for now.
Good job,
Mine's
Agnes.
2.
Switching to maintenance mode. New shard skill added. Shard skills updated.
Not even trying to sort them into a better set, if you know what I mean at the moment.
Commencing battle. Charge attack available.
Enemy down! There!
Here's another one.
Ah! The stun! Take this!
Enemy eliminated. Good work.
I'll take them out on the field then, I guess.
From here.
Watch out for ranged attacks.
Got you. There. They're stunned. Right now. You're exposed.
Activating
Oh, I
skill.
messed up.
Nadia. One skill coming right up. There we go. I believe in you, S. Now.
That went well.
You
Treasure
were
chest.
amazing,
Good
son.
find.
We can consider Agnes at this point to be the ampersand in between 3 and 9. Of the filling of the sandwich. The hell are these underneath Calvard?
Attack available.
Racer Guild needed beyond this crap. Blimmin' hell.
We can win well now. They're stunned.
Yes.
Activating skill.
If you could,
Right! There!
by the heavens.
Take this!
When it's smaller monsters like wildlife type things that might have gone there, okay, I can
Good
accept
job,
that
Agnes.
these things might keep sneaking in. When there's shadowy creatures from the depths,
What a pain. Do your best, everyone.
Charge attack available.
I feel that's where lines have to be drawn.
Activating skill.
There. If you could,
Roger! There!
by the heavens.
Take this!
Swim.
Activating skill.
Have some of this.
Keep it up, Nadia! Easy!
You guys need to do something about the stuff under
That
here.
looks like a nice chest. Wow, you did great, Nadia.
Oh, we get a topaz ring. Where am I going next? Good question. Treasure chest this way. There's a lot of guys over here.
There's a whole swarm of them.
Do your best, everyone.
Charge attack available.
You're down. We can win right now.
But I got this dude.
You're exposed.
They're so far apart.
Activating skill.
There. If you could.
Roger. There.
By the
Alert.
heavens.
Shadows,
We can
are
win.
they?
Displaying data.
Only level 23.
Activating skill.
There. Take this. Keep it up, Nadia.
Likelihood of me actually beating these is fairly low now.
Oh,
No,
We can
swim.
win.
Activating skill.
You're stunned.
there we go.
It's up to you on yes. Easy.
What?
Pardon me.
I'm glad we finished things off.
I can live with this. There. Nice job, Aggie.
Shadowy abominations shouldn't even be here, though.
There.
Watch out for ranged attacks.
Do your best, everyone.
Oh, I thought I was dodging, but obviously not.
You're down. You're exposed. You're down.
Activating skill.
Let's finish this now. Sure thing. Oh, by the heavens. Here.
My guys are losing a little bit of health,
Our
granted.
time to shine.
One skill coming right up.
Do you think the other members of the student council are going to smell this on us?
Nana wins again.
Nicely done, Nadia.
One wolf.
There. Ha. There. Ha. There.
Basically dead.
Done and done. Ah, a treasure chest. Good
Oh.
find.
This is the correct way. That must be our enemy over there. Well, we don't want to go this way yet, but there's a cool chest. I want to go to healing on the menu here. Only cost me 14 EP a go.
I'm taking over.
I'm on it.
Yeah. Charge attack.
Bam! Not done yet. Yeah. We're on the ground.
Combat over. Time to study this data.
Oh, another one of these.
Win right now. This will be a cakewalk.
Easy.
Yippee! Wow, you did great, Nadia. I gotcha.
May as well just finish the job.
Done and dusted.
Here goes.
Watch out for ranged attacks.
This could get tricky. You're down.
Enemy stunned. Now's your chance to deploy shards.
The enemies are moving away from the target.
Activating skill.
There. Let's finish this now. Okie dokie. Oh, by the heavens. Here.
We can win.
Yeah, we can, but it's kind of worse now.
Activating skill.
Too slow. You're done. Keep it up,
I
Nadia.
guess it's not that bad now, though. Look at it. That worked out pretty well for me.
One
you
skill
go.
coming right up.
For you. Oh,
Everyone has line attacks.
Nana wins again.
Nicely done, taking Nadia. Over.
Alright, we get a fairy earring from coming down this path. Alright, this whole place is full of stuff. Winding passageways. Not quite sure why it's so winding. Too bad nobody has arc slash line attack. Who needs that attack when you've got 2nd form, 7th form, 15th form, Gale?